What is one way you received comfort in your grief?
In reflecting about this, naturally, I can't just say one thing, but I felt in my heart, I'm going to say, first of all, I felt presence. I felt the presence of Pastor Beth and Joy before and after his death, and helping me prepare the funeral and just keeping me at peace and not worrying about the rights or wrongs, but just to be ourselves and preparing the service. And the outpour of the congregation the day of the funeral, it'll make me tear today, because I just remember I was in just looking around and saying, my goodness, the love of the people, his friends, and of our congregation. And the beautiful reception by the church. I didn't have to do a thing or even think about it. And looking back, it was another place that we could leave the sanctuary and have fellowship. And so these things were very important to have the presence of my family. My church is my second family. Another thing I did was guidance. There's so many things that you don't understand when you lose a spouse. And I was able to go to some men friends of Floyd's. I was able to ask them questions that they could tell me maybe how to buy insurance or how to think about some other legal matters and not make rush decisions. But I knew they were his friends, they had the same thoughts and feelings, and they helped me in the right direction for that kind of future. I don't like to drive. Everybody knows that. I'll meet you somewhere and you take me on the interstate. I don't drive. And so part of the other congregation members that didn't mind would take me to appointments. There's many places you have to go and be. So they would take me to appointments, and after I saw the locations where I had to be, the next time I drove myself, and now I'm driving. But they just made it easier for me to be where I had to be when everything was just so overwhelming. And finally, I want to say small groups, because I don't know what to do without choir and my Sunday school class. Everyone lets me be myself. They let me be vulnerable. Like this, even speaking, if I had waves of tears, they would cry with me, or they would tell me a story. And the big thing was, they didn't pretend that Floyd wasn't around, but they would share something funny he said, or said, you know, one day he did this. And that's really good to the heart. So you need to remember that person with them in grief and give them a hug and just reassurance that life with God does go on.
Amen. Amen.
Thanks.
Thank you.